Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy World, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we will be doing a faux freckle tutorial, alright? Hi everybody, Editing Lauren here. I want to give you a quick tip for success before you head into this tutorial. Make sure you do your base makeup first. So your foundation, your concealer, your setting powder, your highlight. Do all that before you put the freckles on, just because the freckles are essentially just eyeshadow. So adding the makeup on top is not going to work. It's going to make smears, is going to be bad. So let the freckles be the last thing in your base routine. Also, in between filming this and editing this, I have been nominated for an American Influencer Award. So I was nominated for Creative Makeup Artist of the Year. So if you're watching this between August 1st and August 31st, 2022, please vote for me. I really appreciate it. On to your tutorial. Okay, so you're going to only need two things. You're going to need a stippling sponge. Where can you get a stippling sponge from? You can get it from Michael's or Joann's. Basically, your local craft store. If you go into the face paint section, there's usually a face paint kit that has stippling sponges in them. I prefer those best because they're a little bit less dense than these. I got these off of Amazon. The one right here comes in packs of 3, 6, 10. I'll put the link down below. And this is what's going to make the freckle print on the face. You're also going to need an eyeshadow palette with browns in it. Today I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill palette, which is usually my go-to for freckles. And you can tell because when I open it up, it is beat up. You don't want to use your favorite brown eyeshadow simply because this is going to create a lot of fallout. Not to say that I don't love this palette, but like I have multiples. So just keep that in mind. It will create a lot of fallout and your palette will look like this. But I mean, this is just a sign that you use your palette. Okay, let's get into it. You want to take the shorter side. So as you can see, since it's a rectangle, there's a longer side and a shorter side. You want to take the shorter side. The longer side might be a little bit too much to manage depending on your face size. I know for my face size, I'm not trying to handle all that, right? Now, when we go into your brown eyeshadows, you want to be mindful of a couple things. First of all, you want to be mindful of lights and darks. We're going to go light first and then dark, and you'll see why. But you also want to be mindful of the undertones of the eyeshadows. You don't want to use a brown eyeshadow that is very warm or very red tone, because with blush and things like that, the center of that face can get real red real quick, and it's just not going to have the same definition as maybe a cool tone brown for your freckles. All right, now that we got that out the way, let's get into it. So first things first, I'm going to go into Pooter right here. What you're going to do is you're going to press, okay? So you're just going to press into it. All right, you want to make sure that you get a lot of shadow on the sponge so that when you press onto your face, it is perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I like to start in the center of the face. So I'm going to go right here. I like to go a little off center because like you'll see what we do for the nose, right? So you see what we have here. This is the first print. Then I'm going to repeat that step. So I'm going to pick the palette up again. You'll see all the fallout. Woo! And I'm going to grab, press, all the above. And we're going to go and do another one on the other side, right? Now I'm going to go a little bit outward. So I'm going to go right to the right of the right side and right to the left of the right side, right? Just to extend it out. What I don't like doing is extending it too low as well. That's also like a red flag for me, a red zone for me. I don't like extending it too far down because I have smile lines. So when the freckles are down here, like it just gets very like sea lion walrusy, like it just gives those vibes. So it's a lot going on down there. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is now I'm going to add a little bit to the center of the nose, just like that. All right, now what we're going to do, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to go into a darker shade just to add some contrast in the middle of the face, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into Buns, which is right here, which is it's a little red tone, but we're going in with a lighter hand than the last time. And this one's a little bit cooler, so I'm just going to tap into this a little bit too. And when it comes to the dark shades, you got to be careful, okay? I'm going to go right in the center of the nose. It adds a little bit of contrast. I'm going to lightly press. That's it. Now I love to give y'all like things to do when you mess up. So say for example you have way too much concentration in one area. What you're going to do is grab your powder brush, some setting powder. Let me show you. You're going to grab a powder brush like this. Is from Real Techniques. Any powder brush will do. Some setting powder, and it's just eyeshadow, right? So all you're going to do is just, lightly blend it away. Don't go too rough. maybe have some setting powder on your brush and then just swipe it away. If you feel like you have too much going on in one area, it happens all the time. It's kind of hard to gauge like how much eyeshadow is going to be on the sponge, like depending on how hard you press. So it happens. Just want to let you know what to do in that situation. So I really like how this is looking. However, here's my final touch. I like to add a few bigger freckles just because, I don't know, it just makes it look better. It gives it some personality and some character. So what I do is I'm going to take a craft brush. Well, actually, no, I'll take this brush. I'll take this brush right here. It could be a craft brush from Michaels. This is a Morphe M250, very small brush like so. And what I want to do is I'm going to go into that dark shade, and then I'm just going to randomly make some bigger dots. Now they are not symmetrical. I did not put one on this side and then one on this side in the same space. I like to do the same like amount. So what I'm going to do is, for example, I like to start out here. And as you can see, I already have like black beauty marks on my face because I always put beauty marks on my face. Shout out to Maxie because she taught me about that. So yeah, I already had that on from the look before. So I don't have to do too much, but I'm still gonna do a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap here at the bottom. Probably go right over the black beauty mark right here. Maybe one up here. One on the forehead. There we go. This I've been doing freckles for 5 years, 5-6 years. Yes, I've done a lot of short form content on freckles on TikTok and Instagram, but I'm glad that I now have one on YouTube. These are very controversial. Some people are not gonna like the freckles. That's probably like one of the first 5 times I got cyberbullied like heavily was probably because of the freckles. It's a polarizing topic, but this is how I do them. Y'all have asked for this tutorial, and thank you so much for asking for these tutorials. If you have any other techniques or any other content you would like to see, any other styles, things that you need tutorials on, let me know down in the comments below. It really does help me out a lot to figure out what y'all need and how I can meet that need. So let me know down below. I do read them. The freckle, I think I got like a few DMs. Somebody answered my Instagram story in the questions and some comments. So we're here. I do very much appreciate it. Check me out on all my other socials for short form content. So check me out on those as well. We have a lot of fun. Also, it's time to do Summer Bucket List 2022. So if you follow me on TikTok, I have a lot of fun. I do a lot of different things on there, such as axe throwing, trapeze, trying all types of new foods, cultural dishes, fast food restaurants, all of that. And I bring y'all along for the ride. So check me out over there and subscribe. Subscribe to see more tutorials like this. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.